Welcome to Emergence with Elira, where we explore the fusion of spirituality, psychology, energetics, and entrepreneurship. I'm Elira Tichkuti, your guide on this journey into unfolding new, conscious, heart-based business paradigm and our own emergence through that. I want to talk about how to build meaningful, sustainable businesses that truly resonates with our essence, our integrity, capacity, soft power, and extrasensory, sensitive nature, while redefining success in today's world. My work is based on nervous system. So this is the difference between survival and expansion. Our nervous system is very much built to protect us. Our nervous system is our primal instincts. And it has the lens of is it safe or is it not? Is it safe, is it not? And if it's not, it will do whatever it takes. Not what you think, but what it takes for you to keep you safe. That's its main function in a way. So our nervous system is not built for us to thrive. It's built for us to keep us alive, keep us safe. So this is where it comes to that regulation. And I think the first thing, talking about regulation and survival and understanding, because collectively we are chronically dysregulated. When I talk to people and you see, we don't know how to manage ourselves, like people been in chronic freeze response for decades, like they never came out. So we have to go to the basics first to help our body to at least to come back to our normal state, like to status quo, where we are not in the threat zone all the time. When we don't have that, we cannot even talk about expansion because you're in survival. Your capacity is very limited. When you're in the dysregulated nervous system, when you're in one of these F responses, which become like lifetime identity, you're not thinking about like expansion. You're thinking how to keep momentum, how to protect yourself from the threat. That's your lens. You're like very limited lens. So when you're in that contraction, notice when you're in a contraction, you cannot think about possibilities. So when you're there, you have to first learn to take care of yourself, and not to go there, but learn. For me, the capacity word is at the core of it. So it's not that you have to prevent for you not to be stressed, not to go in the freeze, not to go in the 4Fs. But the key is the flexibility of your nervous system. How fast you can come back. So you can build expansion, you can build a thriving life. And this is where I also don't work with trauma work, because this is where people are stuck. So it's impossible to talk about expansion. But this program is based on expansion. And expansion is also for our nervous system threatening thing, because even we're going to our light and our receiving more goodness, receiving bigger version of ourselves, more relationship, more whatever you want, it's threatening for your nervous system because you've never been there, never done that, and if it's not familiar, we don't know how to deal, so it's danger. So your nervous system is activated. So that's why this is kind of important foundation to know. And when we talk about expansion, is when you have that base of how your nervous system works, you can help your body to expand. You can help your body to stretch. You can help your body to build the capacity. And that's what we're doing. Like, can you titrate a little bit more joy, a little bit more goodness? So your nervous system starts to feel familiar, feel safe with that. It's like, oh, we survive. It's no danger. That's fine. So that's why it's at the core is the same. But my work is focused on like, how can we expand you in the easeful way, supporting your body in your nervous system way so it can hold more. And you notice, like, if it's all amazing stuff, if it's your dream life, if it's your dream relationship, if your dream house, when it comes, you get in the freeze if it comes too fast, too soon, and you cannot process that. So you have to learn to help your body to facilitate, like, it's safe, it's okay, because it goes into that like, woo, and all kind of triggers, all kind of fears may come up. it's very important. How can we build our capacity to hold all spectrum? So our nervous system has that flexibility, that resiliency. Like, okay, we've been in shame, we've been in rejection, and we survived. It's fine. We can deal with that. Because what we often do when we don't have that nervous system flexibility, first of all, nervous system will take over and will find ways to sabotage you. So if you receive a lot of money, and you've seen that many times and probably experienced yourself, if you don't have capacity, if your nervous system doesn't feel safe to hold that, you will lose it, or you will spend it, or something will happen. So that's your nervous system not having capacity to hold more of goodness. So all the work in a gentle way, how can you facilitate so your body feels safe, your nervous system feels safe to go there, that path? When you do a lot of trauma work and you're not already into that trauma-based body, then the work starts with how can we expand? Like, how can we live in a more expanded body? But it's kind of the same principle. It's just a little bit different dress. And I start with the trauma work, or kind of survival mechanism, how your body works and how it tries to protect you. Because if you don't have that understanding, it's very hard to navigate into expansion as well. And the definition of trauma is too much, too soon, too fast. So it doesn't matter if that is a bad thing or if it's a good thing. Even if it's a good thing, if it happens too much, too soon, too fast, and your nervous system is not ready to hold that, you will numb out, you dissociate, you will sabotage it, you will lose it. So that's why for me, this work is to help your nervous system with expansion, to go deeper, to hold different spectrums, to hold different situations. And that's why also I'm inviting you and poking you, prepare energetically, prepare your nervous system before you receive it. So when you receive it, whatever you want, you're okay. Your nervous system is familiar. Because for your nervous system, it doesn't matter if it's a real situation, or it's a thought, or it's a desire. If it's a past or the future, it doesn't have a difference for your nervous system. It responds to it. So that's why a lot of work is like, okay, can we tap a little bit into golden shadow part or bigger visibility part? How is your nervous system reacting to that? Like, where's your edge? Can we titrate so your edge is a little bit further, gently, not going too much, too soon, too fast right away? And this is where, even about visibility, this is where people become stars overnight and they disappear overnight because they cannot hold that. And it's very hard to explain to people this until you arrive at certain level of yourself, like certain level of, okay, I'm done with trauma work. Now I want to build, I want to grow, I want to expand. So this is where this starts to make sense. And we have this conditioning of Hollywood. We have to struggle. And then one day, everything is solved, and then happily ever after. So we don't have understanding that expansion work, it's actually a lot of work to really hold that, to really prepare the muscle, to prepare nervous system. It's a little bit different flavor, different kind of work than your trauma work, but it's a lot of root is there the same, how you hold yourself. It's just you go more like, oh, how can I hold more pleasure? How can I receive more? How can I show up more? All these things. So that's for me the difference between survival and an expansion. But for your nervous system, expansion and thriving is also like, oh, and you had that, all of you, that moment, I guess, like we're like, oh my gosh, that's so overwhelming. I don't know. Even I wanted that all my life, but like, whoa, how can I receive that? And then I'm out. And I have that constantly still, like even I'm preparing and I know I'm going towards that. So I know I'm stretching my nervous system, I'm preparing, I'm familiarizing my nervous system for that, what's going to come. But when it comes, it's still a stretch. So my journey now happened. It's not that, and that's why I keep talking, it's not that things will not happen to you, that you will not receive what you want, that you will not achieve success. It's not even the question there. If you desire, it's yours, you will get there. The journey now is not questioning it, but more, how can you prepare your body to get there? Because basically that's the problem. How can we hold and lead ourselves and titrate our nervous system for that goodness that wants to come? for that desire that we want to receive. So we don't burn it, we don't sabotage it. It's a great question. And this is what we a lot of courses about nervous system is about basic trauma responses. But you cannot, like in school, you cannot go grade 5 when you don't have knowledge of grade 1. You can, but it's different. So that's why it's important to understand how your body communicates when you dysregulate it. And it's not that you don't have to be stressed. You have to work on flexibility of your nervous system. How fast you can bounce back. How can you hold yourself? What does your body need to feel safe? So you are not stuck in that freeze for years or months, and you can go on and build. And a lot of people never got out of that. So that's why it's the first conversation. And then but in my work, we're talking about expansion based of your nervous system. It's stretching and your nervous system gets familiar. So that's the part of, oh, I can receive love and it's safe. And we bump into all these edges all the time that, oh, maybe it was fear, maybe it was trauma, maybe it was unsafe somewhere in the past for you to be that, to do that. And you have to kind of rewrite and help your nervous system, help your body. So that's the work we're doing. It's just we're helping our body, our car to drive. In a way. Because without the body, you cannot do anything. And at the end, body will say the last word. If your body is not ready, how much you want, you can manifest, you can desire, you can dream. If your body doesn't have capacity to go there, you will not go there. That's that holistic manifestation, which we are not taught to bring. And when you feel like you're calibrated and you're ready for it, then it comes faster. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's easier to receive. And then you're more familiar with it already because you did the work energetically, you did in your nervous system, and you don't sabotage yourself. That was a long elaboration of the question, but I felt like it's so important because it's kind of literally foundation of all essence of my work and what I discovered. So expansion is already a bit advanced level of let's build, let's grow, let's thrive. How can we hold thriving? Especially because we live in times where we are chronically abused, oppressed. So this work to hold joy, to hold love, to receive love or to receive good life, it's almost like fighting a war in a way. So that's our like claiming space with that part is pushing out that other energy that oppressed us in a million ways. So that's why it's also extra intense work because our world and society is not built for us to just be happy, be thriving. It was structured everything for us to be numb, to be dysregulated, to be in a fear, because then you're not your biggest potential, because it's in no one's interest for you to be in your biggest potential. So we kind of have a little bit extra obstacles to thrive. But just to give a context, so it seems like, oh, it's easy. When we look at other people like, oh, they're successful, they're thriving, they have it all. But actually, when you talk to them and you know and heard probably, but you don't know what I've been through to go there, what I had to prepare, places I had to go to receive, to be okay to receive all this and to arrive to this place. So it's just the journey nobody talks about, that expansion journey. Because when you're already there and it's like, oh, I arrived. Look, I can work from the pool. I think this is also abuse. It's also huge manipulation. It's not reality, not really meeting. It triggers your unworthiness, triggers your scarcity. So I was like, I'm not there, and that's not the right place. So that's why we have to really look within without all these environmental distractions and just like, okay, where do I want to expand? What's my vision? What is my desire? And how can I trade? How can I receive that? How can I receive that success? How I prepare my body so I'm not freaking out when it comes. So that's why we're doing all these corners where we most often leakage our power, where we subconsciously sabotage ourselves. Like this is why we look into all the angles. So at the end of the program, hopefully you have that such a big capacity to hold expansion and such a big nervous system flexibility to go there. We talked about also the frequency of honesty. If you in a big trauma response, chronic, like deep trauma, you cannot even go in the honesty frequency. And honesty, I mean honesty with yourself. I fucked up. Oh, this is where I'm not good. Ooh, this is my ego talking. Oh, I know this is where I should have done and I didn't. It's like being real with yourself, but that requires already a certain capacity of self-love that you can have these conversations with yourself. And if you don't have capacity to hold rejection, to hold shame, you cannot even go there. Be honest with yourself, because you will like, ooh, I'm ashamed. Ooh, no, let's not go there. Let's wrap it somehow. Let's blame others. Project some on others. So that's what the work we're doing. We're going very deep in your power, in your honesty, but also your expansion and ability to hold that expansion, like realistically and sustainably. How does that resonate to you guys? Does it make sense? And now give yourself a moment and feel your body. Close your eyes and let this information, this episode, go through your body, anchor in your body. Let it feel how it touches you and what sensations it brings up.